Hey friends, Tony here with Untethered Living. And let me tell you, today I'm happy to be living untethered. Man, I'm just wrapping up 2 phenomenal weeks, just a little over 2 weeks with my sister, my baby sister and brother-in-law and my 2 nieces. One of whom was just born 7 months ago. She just turned 7 months about 4 days ago. So this is my first opportunity to see her face to face as opposed to pictures. So I feel so grateful and blessed that I'm in position to travel and to do this, to be able to have the time to spend there the last couple of weeks with family. My mom was there before me for a couple of weeks, and she stayed additional couple of weeks. I think she was there probably about a month. She went back. I dropped her off at the airport on last Saturday morning at about, we had to leave the house at about 4:45. So that was an early one for me on a Saturday. I mean, I've been getting up early on Saturdays anyway, but that was, I ended up getting up at like 4:15 that Saturday and drove my mom to the airport. So that was nice. She's back home safely in Minneapolis. I'm happy. So done with that, wrapped that up, and I'm headed south. I think about another hour and a half I have to go, and I'm gonna hit the Florida Keys. Never been to the Florida Keys. Something I've always wanted to do. And I'm so close. Sister lives in a suburb of Miami. So close that I can't pass the opportunity to go down and cross one of those long bridges to get to the Keys and experience what's going on there now. All right, I am fiddling with the GPS on my phone, trying to figure out where the heck I'm going. I can't put just Key West in there. I mean, I could, but I guess there's names for them, so I have to figure out where I'm going. Maybe it's Key Largo is the first of the keys, north to south. Eventually, I want to make it to the end, which is Key West, and then work my way back. So that's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, that's why. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Where is Key Largo?
Here is a map of Key Largo, Florida, 33037.
Oh, no, that's not a direction. I gotta find something in Key Largo that will, like a hotel or something that I can punch into my GPS that will take me directly to that location. Jules Undersea Lodge.
Jules Undersea Lodge. Here you are.
That's where we're headed. That's in Key Largo, if you didn't know. All right, we are on the way. So I got a new setup here.
Take the next right onto North State Road 7, then make a U-turn at West Hillsborough Boulevard.
Oh man, I'm gonna do that. I'm using, I don't need these glasses anymore. So we're on our way now. And
continue on West Hillsborough Boulevard for 1 mile.
Then what am I doing? So, squirrel. So I got a new phone set up, or a new camera setup. It's actually not a new camera setup, but I got, okay, so now let's back up. Let's go all the way back to Austin, Texas. Oh my God. My journey from Santa Fe to Austin, my journey that maybe took a couple years off my life because it was such a nail biter in terms of will I make it or will I wind up on the road, you know, stranded somewhere in the middle of nowhere. But I made it, as you know. I had some great footage.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Lyons Road.
When I was going through that snow, I had some awesome footage. I was pushing the button on my sport camera, my knockoff, my knockoff of the, what do you call it? My record button on my GoPro knockoff, which is a very cheap version of it, extremely cheap. That was my second one.
Take the next right onto Lyons Road.
I should have learned the first time. But there's like a gap of like a week that did not get covered in terms of recorded, in terms of my footage. Like I kept pressing stop. I know I had space on the on the memory card. I had a lot of space on the memory card, so I don't know what. I know what happened. It's just cheap. It just bonked out on me. Well, when I finally sat down, pulled the camera out a couple nights ago, and was going back through the video that I dumped onto my laptop, there was a whole ton of footage missing that I know I got, that I thought I got. Very depressing. So my new setup, getting back to the point, my new setup is my old phone. Check this out. I've never seen this before. This is a car windshield washer. That is cool. I love it. All right, where am I going?
Take the ramp to Florida's Turnpike.
So this is Highway 1. I believe it's the state highway. And we just turned into a single lane. It's got off the main, whatever. I don't even know what tollway I was on, but it merged onto 1. And then this became like a one-lane highway. And look at the traffic going out. You would think there was a hurricane warning. I haven't checked the weather, so yeah. Well, maybe I should. So you didn't see it, but prior to me getting on this highway, Highway 1 here, heading south, I decided to re-strategize my trip. I knew that I had plugged in like Jules Undersea Lodge, which kind of got me close to where I wanted to be for the night, but then I had to regroup and say, well, I'm not going to stay there. I wanted to stay somewhere, like basically try and find some free stealth camping. And where I turned around here, I'd passed the exit. I was trying to find somewhere where I found on this app for free camping, a parking space that was, what I ended up finding out, it was underneath this bridge that I'm driving over, and I didn't feel too confident about that. So, as you'll see here, I just decided to kind of turn around. I stopped at a little tiki place there, tiki bar, and regrouped again and got back on my way. So on the left-hand side here, under the bridge, I believe it was a space that was recommended to park under for some overnight camping. As you can see, it looked kind of sketchy. So I passed a spot that was recommended for an overnight, but I don't know if I want to stay at this location. Yeah. A tiki motel and bar. Interesting. I'm going to try and plug in another destination here and see what we come up with. But this was my first stop recommended in terms of an overnight stay, and it's relatively early to be parking already for one of those kind of stays on the side of the road. Joy gave me her Bluetooth thing, and I think I've got my work number associated with this phone, and it picked up on different settings, so when people call me, it gets that. I don't know how it happened, but my boss called before you called, and he's like, do I have the right number? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just put a new Bluetooth in, and it does something with the settings where it goes to my other phone. Ah, look at this. A big old cock. A rooster. And a cat. It's a pretty one. Look at him. He looks like a rooster you see on the cartoons or TV. He's like red and got a kind of a turquoise tail. Just in this, right behind Kmart in Key Largo. And there was a cat by him. I don't know what the cat was doing. They were just hanging out. And there's another cat. A lot of stray cats around here. Kitty, kitty. My goodness, Mom. There's two more. There's a chicken and a rooster. The rooster just... The rooster... Huh? Do you hear him, Mom? I did. You hear him? He jumped up in the tree. Okay. I'm sure you can hear it off in the distance. I'm in a parking lot somewhere in Key Largo, and ended up sleeping. Oh my God! Ended up sleeping behind the building of the parking lot I'm currently in, and went to get a coffee down the street, and came back. When I showed up yesterday, I saw one, but there's like 3 in the parking lot right now, and they're just crowing like crazy. And there's like, I've already seen like 3 or 4 cats as well. So there's like these huge roosters and cats. I mean, it's kind of funny. Think of roosters and cats. And there are other names that they're referred to. It just sounds funny, but they're all over this parking lot. I've got a conference call in about 3 or 4 hours. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm hoping these things shut up by then. It's kind of hard to explain. One of them's with my boss. He's kind of a funny guy. He's got a sense of humor, but I'm trying to conceal my extensive travel right now. I don't want to blurt it out there too much. So, but I may be had today with these damn roosters just going nuts. Oh my God. They're just going nuts. So I ended up working in the parking lot for a few more hours with the hopes that these guys would shut up, and they never did. I'm used to the cartoons where, you know, they crow like at 5 o'clock and then they shut up for the rest of the day, but I guess that's not the case. So I ended up looking for another spot, ended up finding a better spot in a hotel parking lot, and there were no roosters. So thank God. Had a great conference call with no bizarre interruptions, thank God. And I was on my way again. They're everywhere. Well, friends, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for coming along. Be sure to stick around next time when I continue my trip further down the Keys. Be well.